Let me ask you something honest. How much money have you spent at the grocery store this year on asparagus, berries, and fresh herbs? Now think about how much time you have spent replanting vegetables every single spring that just die on you by August. I was right there with you. Spends a full weekend one April digging, planting, watering, labeling everything with those little white stakes, and by June I had basically a graveyard of dead tomatoes and a very disappointed family. Then someone in a gardening forum said 4 words that completely changed how I grow food. Plant it once. Done. That is the world of edible perennials. And if you have never intentionally built an edible perennial garden, today is the day everything shifts for you. These are not ornamental plants that just look pretty. These are real food crops, vegetables, fruits, and herbs that come back stronger, more productive, and more rewarding every single year with almost no effort from you. And once they are established, they are deeper rooted than annuals, which makes them far more drought resistant and pest resistant too. Let's get into all 15 of them. Plant number 1, asparagus. If you are serious about edible perennials, asparagus is where you start. According to the Old Farmer's Almanac, a well-maintained asparagus bed will stay productive for 10 to 15 years, and MSU extension records beds that are over 30 years old and still producing. You plant the crowns once, wait through the establishment period, and then this plant feeds your family every spring like clockwork for decades. Here is how the harvest timeline works, and this is real data from Penn State Extension. In your first year after planting, you do not harvest at all. Year 2, you get about 14 days of harvest. Year 3, about 3 weeks. By year 4 and 5, you are pulling spears for 6 to 8 full weeks every spring, and at peak production around year 8, your bed can yield up to 5 pounds of spears per 100 square feet. Asparagus is hardy in USDA zones 3 through 8, with some varieties performing well into zone 9 with the right care. Plant 10 to 20 crowns per person in your household. Give them full sun and well-drained soil, and your patience will be the most productive investment you have ever made in your garden. Plant number 2, rhubarb. The Old Farmer's Almanac calls rhubarb one of the easiest perennial crops to care for, and they are not wrong. This is a plant that grows for 10 years or more, suffers from almost no serious pests, and thrives in cool climates where a lot of other food crops struggle. University of Minnesota Extension confirms that rhubarb plants can live 15 or more years with good care. The rule with rhubarb is the same patience play asparagus. Do not harvest in year 1. Let the crown establish itself. By year 2, you can pull a few stalks, and by year 3, you have a full, abundant harvest every spring. The bright red or green stalks are tart and incredibly versatile, used in pies, crumbles, jams, sauces, and even fresh juice when sweetened. One important note every gardener needs to hear: rhubarb leaves are poisonous to humans and animals. Only the stalks are edible. Keep that in mind when planting around children and pets. Rhubarb is hardy in zones 3 through 8 and absolutely loves cold winters, which trigger its dormancy and fuel its spring comeback. Plant number 3, strawberries. Strawberries are one of those crops that people almost never think of as perennial, but they absolutely are. According to Gardening Know-How, strawberries can be grown as true perennials in USDA zones 5 through 8, producing fruit in the late spring and early summer. Plant the crowns in a sunny spot with well-drained, slightly acidic soil, pH between 5.5 and 6.5, and they will send out runners to multiply on their own, filling in your bed with new plants every year. Your biggest decision is between June-bearing varieties, which give you one large concentrated crop, and ever-bearing types that produce smaller flushes across the season from spring through fall. Use straw mulch to keep the berries off the wet soil, protect the roots through winter, and refresh older plants every 3 to 4 years by letting the newest runner plants take over. Few things in gardening match that first warm day when you walk outside and pick a perfectly ripe strawberry straight from the vine. Plant number 4, blueberries. Blueberries are one of the most underused edible perennials in home gardens, and I genuinely do not understand why. These are long-lived, productive bushes that give you striking red fall foliage, beautiful spring blooms, and pounds of fresh berries in early to midsummer year after year. Plant 2 different varieties for cross-pollination, as both blueberries and their yields will be dramatically better with 2 cultivars present. Blueberries need acidic soil, a pH between 4.5 and 5.5, so amend accordingly before planting. Once established, blueberry bushes can produce for 20 to 30 years or more. They are hardy in zones 3 through 7 depending on variety, with high bush varieties handling a wide range of climates. Prune them correctly each winter to keep the wood productive, and they will deliver more fruit with every passing year. Think of them as an edible hedge. They look gorgeous and feed you at the same time. Plant number 5. Raspberries. Raspberries are perennial plants with a unique 2-year cane system, and understanding it unlocks the whole crop. NewEnglandLand.com explains it clearly. First-year canes, called primo canes, are green and produce no fruit. Second-year canes flower and fruit, then die at the end of that season. Because the plant continuously sends up new canes from its perennial root system, once established, you can expect a reliable harvest every single year. Raspberries are hardy in zones 3 through 9, extremely cold tolerant, and incredibly productive. They do want annual pruning to remove spent second-year canes and thin the new ones, but that is your entire maintenance job. They can become invasive in some gardens, so consider planting them where spreading is not a problem or use a contained raised bed. Thornless varieties make harvesting more pleasant, and ever-bearing types like Heritage give you a second fall flush on the same season's new canes. A well-established raspberry patch is genuinely one of the most rewarding things in an edible garden. Plant number 6, chives. If you have never grown chives, stop everything and fix that. This is the most effortlessly productive edible perennial on this entire list. Chives belong to the onion family, and they come back every spring before almost anything else in the garden is even thinking about waking up. They produce thin, hollow green stems with a mild onion flavor that works on absolutely everything. Eggs, salads, soups, baked potatoes, pasta, you name it. According to gardening know-how, you plant chive seeds or divisions in a sunny location, and in subsequent years, you simply divide the clumps to make more plants, cutting the stalks 1 to 2 inches above the soil. Aim for 3 to 4 harvests in the first season and monthly thereafter. Chives are hardy in zones 3 through 9. They produce beautiful purple edible flowers in late spring that attract pollinators and look stunning in salads. In mild climates, they stay green most of the year. They need essentially nothing from you. This is the definition of plant and forget. Plant number 7, mint. I know what you were thinking. Mint? But here is the thing nobody warns you about with mint, and once you know it, you can use it to your full advantage. Mint is aggressively perennial. It spreads by underground runners. It comes back every single year, and in the right conditions, it is almost impossible to kill. The trick is containment. Plant mint in a buried pot or a dedicated raised bed, and you have a productive zero-effort herb harvest for life. Spearmint, peppermint, chocolate mint, apple mint. There are dozens of varieties to explore, all with slightly different flavor profiles and all with the same sturdy, come-back-every-year growth habit. Mint is hardy in zones 3 through 9. It is ideal for teas, fresh mojitos, sauces, salads, and drying for year-round use. Keep it slightly moist and cut it back aggressively to encourage the freshest growth. It will always come back stronger than before. Plant number 8, sorrel. This one is criminally underrated, and I want to change that today. Sorrel is a leafy, lemon-flavored perennial green that comes up in early spring, sometimes before the snow has even fully cleared. Garden Betty, a well-respected perennial gardening resource, lists sorrel as one of the first edible perennials to emerge each year. The leaves have a bright, tart, citrusy flavor that is extraordinary in soups, sauces, and salads. French sorrel soup is a classic for good reason. Sorrel is incredibly cold-hardy, performing well in zones 3 through 9, and it thrives in partial shade as well as full sun, which opens up spots in your garden that most food crops cannot use. It will bolt and go bitter in the heat of summer, but cut it back, give it a rest, and it returns with fresh, tender leaves in fall. This plant asks for almost nothing. It is one of the most reliable and earliest producers you can put in your edible garden. Plant number 9, Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes. This one might be the most dramatic producer on the entire list, and if you have not grown it yet, prepare to be genuinely shocked. Jerusalem artichokes are members of the sunflower family, and according to gardening know-how, they grow 6 to 10 feet tall and produce beautiful yellow flowers that light up the late summer garden. Below ground, they produce large quantities of knobby, nutty-flavored tubers that taste like a cross between a potato and a water chestnut. Farm flavor confirms they are drought-tolerant, resilient, and beginner-friendly in the extreme. You harvest the tubers after a hard frost in fall, leave some pieces of root in the ground, and they come back prolifically the following year. That is the genius and the caution with sunchokes. They can spread enthusiastically, so give them their own designated bed. They are hardy in zones 3 through 8. Roast them, sauté them, eat them raw in salads. Just go easy at first, as they are famous for causing digestive discomfort in large quantities until your gut adjusts. Plant number 10. Globe Artichoke. This is the edible perennial that makes your garden look like it belongs on the cover of a magazine. Globe artichokes are large architectural plants with silvery green thistle-like heads that you harvest and eat, and if you let them open, they produce stunning purple flowers that attract every pollinator in the neighborhood. They can grow 4 to 6 feet tall and wide, and they come back as expanding clumps every year, giving you more heads with each passing season. According to Morning Chores, globe artichokes can be grown as perennials in zones 7 through 11. In colder zones, treat them as annuals or give them deep mulching protection through winter. In warm climates, a single established plant can produce dozens of edible heads per season. Harvest the heads while the scales are still tight and the bud is firm. Dip in melted butter, toss in a salad, add to a pasta, or stuff and bake them. The flavor of a garden-fresh artichoke beats anything you find at the grocery store by a significant margin. Plant number 11, horseradish. If you love bold, fiery, nose-clearing condiments, horseradish is your forever plant. This perennial root vegetable is extraordinarily hardy, surviving winters in zones 3 through 9 with absolutely no protection. You plant a root cutting once, and you will have horseradish for the rest of your life, quite literally. The plant multiplies underground every year, sending up new shoots and expanding the root mass consistently. Harvest roots in fall after the first frost or in early spring before new growth emerges. Grate fresh horseradish root with vinegar for a homemade condiment that is incomparably more powerful and flavorful than the bottled variety. It has nearly zero pest pressure because its spicy compounds make it unappealing to most insects. The only real management task is keeping it from taking over neighboring beds. Give it a dedicated corner or a contained space, and let it do its thing year after year. Plant number 12, garlic as a perennial. Most gardeners treat garlic as an annual, replanting every fall. But Garden Betty and several other perennial gardening experts point out that you can actually grow garlic as a full perennial. Leave your bulbs in the ground instead of harvesting everything, and they will continue to divide and produce year after year. You get garlic greens in early spring, gourmet garlic scapes in late spring, and full heads of garlic in summer, all from the same bulbs you planted once. Garlic can be grown as a perennial reliably in zones 3 through 9. Softneck varieties are better suited to zones 6 through 10, while hardneck varieties thrive in colder zones. Every few years, thin the planting by harvesting the largest heads and letting the smaller ones continue growing. You end up with an ever-expanding, essentially self-sustaining garlic patch that never requires you to buy seed garlic again. That is exactly the kind of garden math I enjoy. Plant number 13, walking onions. Also called Egyptian walking onions or tree onions, these are one of the most fascinating and productive edible perennials you can grow. Garden Betty describes them as a hybrid between cultivated onions and Welsh onions. Instead of flowering, walking onions produce clusters of tiny bulbils at the very tops of their stems. When those bulbil clusters get heavy enough, the stem bends to the ground, and the bulbils root and start new plants. That is how the plant walks. The green stems can be used like scallions from spring through fall, and the top-set bulbils are edible too. Excellent roasted whole. They are hardy in zones 4 through 8, asking for very little in terms of soil quality or care. If you want them to walk and spread freely, let them. If you want them contained, harvest the top sets before they fall over. Either way, you have a productive, self-renewing onion supply that costs you one planting and pays you back every year indefinitely. Plant number 14, lemon balm. This one is for everyone who has ever wanted a calming tea herb that grows itself. Lemon balm is a member of the mint family with soft, lemon-scented leaves and an incredibly cheerful, easygoing growth habit. It comes back every spring with zero encouragement, spreads at a moderate pace, and can be harvested repeatedly throughout the season just by snipping fresh leaves. It is hardy in zones 3 through 7. Brew the fresh or dried leaves as a tea. Use them in salads, mix them into lemonade, or add them to fish and chicken dishes. Beyond the kitchen, lemon balm has a well-documented history as a calming herb, traditionally used to reduce anxiety and aid sleep. Cut it back hard in midsummer to prevent flowering and keep the leaf flavor fresh and vibrant. It will flush back with new growth within weeks. It self-seeds generously if you let it flower, so deadhead if you want to control the spread. Plant number 15, Lovage. Lovage is your secret weapon for anyone who loves the flavor of celery, but has ever tried and failed to grow it. Lovage is a towering, incredibly productive perennial herb that tastes exactly like a more intense, more complex version of celery. Every single part of the plant is edible. The leaves, the hollow stems, the seeds, even the roots. It grows 4 to 6 feet tall, comes back every spring from a deep, established root system, and gives you an enormous quantity of harvest from a single plant. Lovage is hardy in zones 3 through 8. It is vigorous, drought-tolerant once established, and almost completely trouble-free from pests and diseases. Chop the leaves into soups, stews, and salads. Use the hollow stems as edible straws in a Bloody Mary. Dry the seeds and use them as a spice. This plant will outlast you in your garden if you take care of it, and it asks for very little in return. Trend. Let me bring this together for you before you go. We just covered 15 plants, and here's the best way to think about where to start. For your first spring edibles, asparagus and rhubarb are your anchors. Plant them now and let them build. For summer fruit and berries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries are your patch. Plant them together, care for them simply, and harvest more every single year. For daily cooking herbs you never run out of, chives, mint, lemon balm, and lovage are your go-to bed. They require almost nothing and produce almost everything. For bold flavors and serious kitchen staples, horseradish, garlic, and walking onions cover you all year. And for the showstoppers, the plants that feed you and make your garden look genuinely impressive, sunchokes, globe artichokes, and sorrel round it all out beautifully. Here is the truth I want you to walk away with today. Every annual garden you plant costs you time, money, and energy that you have to reinvest every single year. An edible perennial garden is the opposite of that. Every year it requires less from you and gives more back. The deep root systems build your soil. The established plants resist drought and pests naturally. And the harvest compounds more asparagus, more berries, more garlic, more herbs with every single season. Pick 3 of these plants. Just 3. Get them in the ground this season. Because once you experience your first spring, where food comes up on its own without you lifting a single trowel, you are going to completely rethink how you build your garden from here on out. If this gave you something useful today, subscribe and hit the bell, because every week I am breaking down exactly how to build a productive, real food garden without it taking over your life. And drop a comment below and tell me which of these 15 you are starting with. I read every single one. Now go get those hands dirty. You know what to plant. I will see you in the next one.